Hello, my name is Ivy Soriano, and I'm gonna be doing a vlog today, I guess. So, I'm meant to talk about what's going on in life and how life is going on for me during this trying time that coronavirus is affecting everyone. Like literally everyone in the world. And I think this is kind of a unique situation everybody has been put in, and a situation that could bring us together and make us stronger, not as just people, but as a society, and we can learn lessons from this. But like I said, I'm meant to talk about what I go through every day. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is, I guess, when I wake up. The first thing I do is I take my dog outside and we go around and she does her business. And I kind of just follow her around and watch her. She is partially blind, so I like to make sure she is okay when she goes out. She can maneuver without me and doesn't need me to be outside with her. She's been outside by herself plenty of times before, but she just likes it more when I'm outside with her, and I thought this was a good opportunity to show off the beautiful scenery I am blessed with around my life. A good little thing to talk about too is my family and my land. The land we live on is my family's land, and it has been our family's land for like the past 30 to 40 years. It's several acres of land, and it was bought originally by my grandparents. It's my grandparents, myself, and my cousins and my aunt and uncles up on the hill, and we all live here. And although it is coronavirus time and we live in separate houses, it is like we are quarantined together because we do stay in our own homes most of the time. And typically I would see my grandparents, particularly I would see my grandparents multiple times a week, like 2 to 3 times a week normally, and nowadays I will see them like once every 2 to 3 weeks, if at all. Moving on, once we're done, my dog is done doing her business and I have gotten my fill of outside, I typically go inside with her and I feed her because she is hungry immediately after that. She has a pretty good schedule. She barks to warn me of things. She's actually very smart. She barks to warn me of 3 things, and that is to go outside, she wants attention, or if she's hungry. Typically when she eats, she accidentally eats our cat's food, but today she did not eat the cat's food. She actually ate her own food. Also, when Maddie is done with her food, the cat typically wants her own meal, so she will eat not all of her food, but most of her food or half of her food, just because I think she's trying to make sure the dogs won't eat it. We have tried putting up higher for her, and it really doesn't matter to her. She really doesn't get too upset because she does get more food if the dogs eat her food. We catch the dogs when they eat her food. She does not eat her food suddenly, so we kind of know when the cat needs more food. Moving on to the next, like the rest of my day, after that is to eat. And I typically, if it's not too late, I will fix myself some eggs and I will fix myself some form of meat. We are unfortunately out of bacon and sausage, so I've made myself some ham, and sometimes I will add toast if I feel like it's okay. Some days I don't think it's necessary, and some days I do. But yeah, I typically cook, and that's about what I do. The next thing I do is typically I'll watch a movie or show with my family. typically what we watch is home renovation shows. Speaking of home renovation, something that needs to be spoken about in my house, because I feel like it's a little obvious, is my house is not the greatest right now. And this is because of an unfortunate thing that happened in our life. Is our house caught on fire. The insurance company gave us several contractors to work with, and one of the contractor that we chose unfortunately ended up not being the best. The insurance company unfortunately told us that all the companies were trustworthy, and I'm sure that's the truth at the time, but unfortunately the contractor decided to hire some friends instead of actual people that could do the job right. So a lot of the stuff in my house is either broken or has been repaired because it wasn't done correctly. For example, I'm gonna give a shot of the floor. The floor is actually plywood in my kitchen because it was it used to be boards, but the people that were repairing the house after it caught on fire decided to use what board was left to try and keep and save money. And that unfortunately did not work because they left board that was rotten or board that was partially burnt. But that's enough of that. That's just something I have thought about a lot while I'm stuck in quarantine, and that's something that really didn't bother me as much when I was younger, because I guess I wasn't in the house as much to notice it, but now it bothers me and it upsets me a lot. Another thing about quarantine though that upsets me, a lot of this quarantine stuff is quite upsetting, and it could be much worse for me and my family, because my family is fortunate enough to have not lost income, or our major income. I have lost my job. My job has been temporarily postponed because I worked at a movie theater, and the movie theater said that it is not safe during this time to be open, and I completely agree, and I think that is okay. But I just worry about my family, my work family. And with the movie theaters being closed, I am unfortunately out of the job, and that leaves me with nowhere to go, including with the schools being shut down. I especially have nowhere to go. I have no one to really hang out with or talk to. The closest person to my age in my house is my 12-year-old sister, and I get along with her, but I feel like you can only talk to a 12-year-old being 20, 22 now, and keep your sanity. I can also talk to my parents. I love my sister and I love my parents, but I think we're all ready to get out of the house. So I guess that's what I do most of my time, is think. That's what I do.